welcome to Coffee and Convo with me, Amanny Mo. How are you? Surrounded by fluffy cushions, trying to get myself comfortable, waiting for the brilliant Jess King to join the conversation. That is who I'm talking to today and speak. Yes! Are you there, Jess King? Striker at Lewes FC. Oh, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Very well, thank you. You're looking well. How are you faring in lockdown at the moment?
Good, yeah, just trying to stay as fit as possible, really, and enjoy the sun when it's, when it's been around, so yeah.
When, if, but, all of those things.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me on Coffee and Convo. I really appreciate it, and it's just lovely to have. I know you and I spoke. Hi, Faye. Hi, Hannah. Coffee is what we drink. We spoke a little while ago. It was a couple of weeks ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago now.
About 2 weeks ago. So on the 29th of May, your single Raise Us Up got released. We'll talk about that later. And you and I had a chat, and I was like, oh, I like this girl. She's cool. I met you, I think, very briefly when I came into the dripping pan.
Yeah, I remember,
and Karen is here. I was about to say Karen Dobridge. They're so excited
Hi,
to see you
Karen.
both. Hi, Karen. And my beautiful niece is here as well, Hannah. Say hi to her. I love both your accents.
That's Tiff. That's my ex-teammate, my good friend.
Oh, nice. Hi, Tiff. Is she in America then?
Canada.
And Canada, of course, Canada. Hi, Tiff. We're saying hello to you as well. The thing about you is, I think, and excuse the lawnmower outside, is that you are a beacon of light in, as all your teammates are, in this little bit of darkness that we have. We're going to talk a bit about the gender pay gap, and also working, as a football player, as a woman, and all of those things. And it must be quite hard to keep your spirits high when you're told, no, you can't have as much pay as men, or no, you can't do this, but you're a woman, this game isn't that important. So just tell us a little bit about you and how you keep your spirits up even when things get a little bit dark at times.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard to kind of see those gaps, that are pretty obvious, but I think, the fact that we enjoy playing so much and being on a team and kind of fighting for the goal that we have, I think that kind of keeps us going. We all love to play, and whether that's we're making £100,000 a week or not a lot, I think that's kind of what keeps us going, because that's why all of us are here at the end of the day, because we like to play. So seeing the progress that's already happened as well, obviously the more that people keep pushing, the more that it will continue to change. And I think for me that's really exciting, because it has changed, and as long as we keep pushing the boundaries, I think it will continue to change.
Yeah, and also I think people are afraid to have these conversations, because either they don't want to appear a certain way or taking anyone's side, or they just feel uncomfortable with an uncomfortable situation or an uncomfortable. The thing is, we have to talk about these things, because if we don't, with anything, with racism, with stereotypes, with gender, with any kind of discrimination, with lots of topics, we have to talk about it. Otherwise, how can we put the message out there, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's really important just to talk about it and, get people's input so people feel heard, whatever their stance, and then you can maybe challenge somebody on if they're being negative, or or maybe they have a completely different perspective that you can kind of build off of as well. And I think that with my song, I really wanted that to also not just connect people, but to kind of be a conversation starter, to get people talking about it, because you don't want it to be like women's football and then just forget about it. And so I think it is helpful to get as many people involved and talking about it as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously there are avenues of talking about it in a very serious way, and then there are ways of, like you say, you're addressing it with your song, and we will talk about the song in a minute. I know Max is there. Hi, Max Mezzowave, who you did the song with.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? Good song. So it's really nice. We'll talk about that in a minute. But, you know, because it's really important for me as, you know, you're Jess, probably, you know, you're the daughter, you're probably a sister, you might be a cousin, and maybe one day you'll be an auntie, you know, all those things. I'm Amanny, I present on BBC Radio, but I'm also an auntie, and it's really important for me, for my gorgeous girls, Hannah and Sophia. It's so important for me to represent not only as a woman, but as a woman of colour as well, and they're mixed race. So, you know, it's another avenue of other things that you have to deal with. And they play football, by the way,
Jess. Really? That's
so,
great.
Yeah. One thing that I would love to ask you, because as a young player yourself, you've been involved in football from a very early age. So, you know, what would be your message to girls like Hannah, Sophia, their friends who might be watching, you know, and anybody indeed who has kids that are kind of rising up through the ranks of footy? What would you say to them to keep them focused? How do you get there? How do you get to that point that you want to get to?
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work and persistence, and I think the biggest thing that I've learned in my career is, A, always being ready for an opportunity, and B, don't take rejection personally. You know, if a team might say, you know, we're not interested, there could be 100 reasons. So don't let the setbacks kind of keep you stuck. You know, but just keep working towards your goals as much as you can. So. Yeah.
Good advice. Yeah. And when you lose a match and you think, oh, we could have played it better.
Yeah.
What's that feeling of, like, is it really like that whole thing? Is the Jess reaction like, obviously it's your own personal reaction, you can't speak for the whole team. Yeah. But, you know, are you like, ah! Or are you kind of like, okay, we didn't quite get it because of this. Next time, we're going to do this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've got to have a lot of self-belief and belief in the team and kind of what you're doing. Well, I think, you know, it can depend, you know, maybe I'll go away from a game and think, oh, I should have scored, or, you know, maybe we've let in an easy goal, or refereeing decision. So, you know, there's a lot of things that you can kind of, you know, take, or, you know, obviously you never like losing. So just you have to reflect on it, but then at some point you have to focus on the next game and kind of let that go in order to move forward, really.
Yeah, you know, because it's not about that one game. And also I think what's really cool, look, anyone who knows me knows I'm not a massive footy fan, but I love watching a game, and I have been to the Dripping Pan, and it's amazing. We're going to talk about Lewes in a minute. The community feeling there is just out of this world. I can't thank Karen enough, actually, for inviting me. But, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it, where playing as part of a team, you have to learn that like in life, isn't it, really? You don't just walk around in life on your own. Yeah. There's many people around you to support you and push you forward. And working with a team, it's really important that you remember that you're part of a team. It's not just about Jess.
Yeah. Yeah, massively. And I think, you know, that's the cool part about playing football, is that you are part of a team. So, you know, what you do affects everybody else. So, and it's kind of like in life, if you do something positive, it can have a positive effect. If you say mean to somebody or do something negative, it can then affect them. Whereas same on the football pitch. So I think it is cool when you're trying to build something together and move forward and kind of overcoming the challenges that you're faced with, really, because obviously they come in sometimes in ways that you don't expect it, and you kind of have to push through them. And, you know, the more you can work together, I think the better that you'll respond collectively.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you everyone for joining us on Coffee and Convo. The brilliant Jess King is here, striker for Lewes FC Women's Club, and I'm Amanny Mo. I'm a presenter on BBC Radio, but this is my own passion project because I feel, as a chatty person, I think my brother's watching, he will definitely say yes. As a chatty person, I think conversation and communication is really important to me personally. Yeah. But I also think that the more we talk about things, the less uncomfortable that situation can be. It can be any situation, right?
Yeah.
And so I love meeting people like you, and connecting with people to bring people perhaps maybe a different perspective that we haven't thought of. And sometimes, you know, people have ignorance, you know, they just don't understand. And sometimes you don't know where to get that information from, you know. So I always come at a situation from the point of view that perhaps we haven't always got the full picture, and we have to be proactive, right? So and Lewes FC is really interesting to me as a champion of women. The fact that, you know, tell us about the club, because they are totally supportive of the women's team.
Yeah, I mean, you know, everyone asks me when you first came to Lewes, is that why? And I actually didn't really know the stance on, you know, on equality and how much they really valued the women's team as well as the men's team, of course. And
cool.
Yeah, so it's not, you know, obviously it's a one club. It's not, you know, just about that. But
that would be bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
if it was the winning team are amazing. Yeah, don't bother about the men.
No, I know, but it is nice to have that equal respect and, you know, access to everything. And, you know, we share the pitch. And, you know, I just feel like the club are really using values that are almost lost in society, you know, and maybe things that people don't want to talk about that is obviously part of society and how we live, and we've just kind of learned to get on with it. You know, women don't do this job, or women get paid less and it's normal, or, you know, whether it's even if, you know, to do with race or anything else, like they just want people to have an equal opportunity. You know, and I think that's a very unique thing, and I think it's special. So, and it also gets people talking. You know, there's a lot of perspectives, but the fact that they're challenging a lot of things, I think it, like you said, it gets people talking, which is how change is going to come about. So.
Well, bottoms up to that. I couldn't have put that banner myself. I didn't introduce my mug. It's not me being rude. It was a gift from my friend. So I'm just having a coffee while we're having a convo.
Yeah, I've got mine here as well.
Yeah, good. Mine's just a coffee. Mine's just an ordinary cafe au lait.
Yeah. But here's mine.
What are you drinking? What
coffee.
Are you having? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I've got it as well.
Can never have too much coffee.
No.
Or maybe you can, actually. I'm not sure.
Well.
I mean, I want to talk about the song and then go back to quickly as well, because I know that you were both equally. So people that don't know about this already, Jess has put out a song called "Raise Us Up." And she worked with a local music producer, musician called Max Mezzowave. And it's a really cool single. I like that you put yourself out there, haven't you? It wasn't just about singing, which you always had a passion for, right? But it was also about the message behind the song. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, you know, it was a big challenge for me to kind of do this and put it out in the capacity that it has been. But I think, you know, somebody needs to do it. And, you know, there's a lot of different people talking about it. And, you know, I think I really believe strongly in equality. And, you know, it's fueled with a lot of passion and a lot of experience of inequality to do with race and gender and, you know, a lot of different things. So I think when the idea came about, then the more I thought about it, I thought, you know what, this is something that I think I want to pursue. And then after connecting with Max, and, you know, we got on so well, and, you know, it was a great vibe, and we enjoyed hanging out and, you know, working on the song and working on other stuff. So it kind of naturally progressed, but I didn't really know how it was going to turn out. But it felt good to use my voice, because I think I've been a little bit quiet or not knowing how to to voice my opinions on certain things. And I think this is helped me able to articulate really what I think. And, you know, if I really believe strongly about something, I want to be able to stand up and put myself out there. And even though it's a hard thing to do, but, you know, sometimes somebody has to do it. So,
yeah, why not you? Why
Yeah.
not? And the thing is, I think I think the thing about dreams and fulfilling dreams, we can always make excuses, right? But at the end of the day, the only person that can fulfill that dream and push it forward is you.
Yeah,
I can
sure.
help you in a way. I can get behind you and give you a little nudge, but I'm not the person that actually needs to do it. So, you know, it's really good that you've done something, you've challenged yourself. And I know that you've learned a lot, haven't you, from making this record. It hasn't put you off. The experience, if anything, has made you think, oh, actually, I think we might be seeing a bit more of you, Jess.
No, it has given me a lot of confidence. And, you know, just seeing the positive response that everybody's had is really encouraging, because, you know, you want it to impact people positively when you're putting something out there. And I think hopefully it has done that. So I'm happy with the response. So we're going to keep trying to push it and get the message out there. And music lasts forever, so it's not going away. It's not going away.
That
so
is very true.
You know,
we can go and Google it right now. Well, not right now. Let's have a conversation. Jess's single is called "Raise Us Up." It's like, how's it go again, Jess? Come on, raise us up, raise us up, raise us up.
Yeah, a flame has been ignited, and it's never gonna go out. Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. No, it's really good. And what I like about it, it is raw. It is you. You're not you haven't been a performer since you were 3 years old, footy player, but you can sing. So why not do it? And it's something you're passionate about, and it has a message. To me, it's got all the ticks, quite honestly.
Thank you.
So I'll put it in the bio with the video, so people can go check it out. Because there's no point talking about something and have convo about it if you can't see it, right? So Lewes FC women saying, come on then bring it. So I mean, it's I think I've had a few messages, people saying thank you, Sammy. She's saying she loves it, she's loving this show, which is great. Karen Dobras is saying you can have too much coffee. I probably agree with her a little bit there. We've had a few other Ehab, that's my brother, by the way. He says, I run a girls' footy team, under 15s. How do you think coaching girls differs to the boys' games? Top tips, please. What are your top tips?
Wow.
You're not a coach, but I mean,
I actually do.
Are you coaching?
A little bit, a little bit. I haven't done as much recently. Oops, sorry. As I have in the past. But I do. And it's something that I want to pursue more.
Brilliant.
However, I've only really had 1 or 2 experiences coaching boys or men. And I think it is different. Not in the sense of what you're telling people. Like, obviously, all the information and everything, I think it needs to be the same. But, you know, maybe lads have had more coaching and girls haven't, or, you know, the ability to do certain things. I don't really know necessarily like how it differs, especially at such a young age. But I think definitely how you talk to or engage with girls and boys is differently. And I think girls ask a lot of questions, and the lads just get on with it. And then if there's a question, they'll ask as they're going, whereas girls might ask like 7 questions before you can even start. Which isn't a bad thing, but you just have to kind of know when to answer the questions and when to kind of just say, come on, get on with it. Kind of learn as you go along, kind of thing. Maybe a confidence thing. I don't know. Maybe that's a generalization. I don't know. But yeah, that's probably my biggest thing that I've noticed is the questions that get asked.
But then also, like, think about it like this from the flip side. So you've been, I want to go back because you were in, you played for Liverpool, didn't you, from when you were quite young?
Yeah.
And so as, I mean, it's not that long ago that you were 15, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hundreds of years ago. It
Yeah.
was not that when you're playing football, can you remember, we won't name any names, but can you remember the types of coaching that you connected with? What was it about the coach, or like, that you connected with, that made you want to work harder? And I think that's maybe quite useful as well, possibly.
Yeah. I think honesty is such a big, important thing, you know, and I think a lot of people try not to hurt people's feelings and, you know, say, oh, just keep doing that. But if you're not playing or you're not getting success, you just want to be told the truth. And I think, not in a horrible way, but just, you know, you want to be told the truth. And I think for me, people that have given me responsibility and challenged me, you know, and had a lot of expectation of me, I think I've responded to those coaches a lot. Yeah, I'd probably say those two things. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, well, I think that's a fair answer to quite a tricky question.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can only speak from your own experience, and this is also why I love doing this show, because we can only talk from our own experiences, and we're only informed by our own experiences. But as a Liverpool player, and I know my brother and massive Liverpool fans.
Yes, I like
what
that.
What was it like? I mean, you're a Scouser. You know, you grew up in. I went to university up there as well.
Yeah.
Loved it. Absolutely loved Liverpool. So what is it like for you growing up, playing for the team? This is the team, you know. I know you played for Everton as well.
Yeah, I did. I loved playing for Liverpool because I support Liverpool, and you know, a lot of the lads would kind of say, oh, get back to the kitchen, or girls don't play football, or you're not playing with me. And I really loved it. And I'd say, well, who do you play for? And they'd say, I don't. And I'd say, well, I play for Liverpool, to kind of let them know that I'm like, you know, to take me seriously. Or they would like make the teams uneven because they didn't want to play on my team. And so it would be like 4 versus 2, and me and my cousin would still beat them. But no, I was really proud to play for Liverpool, and you know, I loved every minute of it, just because like that was my team, and you know, you getting to represent what you love. So it was something that was special, and
very special, especially where the city that you've grown up in as well. I think, and also what I loved about Liverpool, and I don't think it's changed, is that community feeling. There's still, it's a big city, but it's still got community, you know, and maybe that's part of the why you connect with Lewes, because of that community feel, you know. What's the biggest, what would you say as a young player, what was your biggest career highlight?
As a young player, like as in before I was 18?
Yeah.
Probably just getting to train with the first team when I was quite young, just because, you know, everything mattered. The coach would just treat me like I was one of the older players, and he definitely had a really big positive impact on me, just because he believed in me, even though I was kind of quieter, and you know, but he kind of brought me in and was like, I see this for you, and I think you're good at this, you need to work on this. And he kind of let me train, he let me go on the away trips with them, and really invested into me as a player in a different way. And I think that was something that I really enjoyed.
And you need to feel supported in a way, even if you're not doing well at a particular point, because obviously, look, I'm gonna have, you know, I hold my hands up, I don't know that much about football, right? I'm serious, I'm not gonna lie, this show is not about lying, okay? And when we play the game, maybe, but as a striker, there's a lot of pressure on you to score the goals, and I mean, it's like being a goalkeeper in a way, like on the flip side, that if you let it in, it's like it's your fault, you know, but it's not your fault. We know that because that's how the game rolls, right? But that pressure must, can you ever, do you have to just brush it off? You know, like, see what I did there and then move on, because that kind of thing, especially as a youngster, I mean, as an under 18 playing for a big team like Liverpool, that pressure could kind of topple you in a way.
Yeah, I don't think when I was playing for Liverpool, I don't think I felt the pressure because, you know, I mean, it's not like when I was younger, we didn't really play against Arsenal or any of the big clubs down south. So we were, you know, it was kind of, we were one of the better teams. So,
like, yeah.
Yeah. And I also did play I've played in every position apart from goalkeeper. So I kind of, yeah, I've played in literally every position. So I kind of, yeah, I didn't really think too much about it. It was probably more so when I went to university and, you know, there was bigger things kind of on the line, so to speak, or, you know, where it gets to the point where if you're not performing, then you get taken off, and that's just the way it is. You know, and I mean, I do think about stuff if I've missed a chance, like I can't sleep at night. But I think
is that after the game? So
yeah, after the game, yeah.
You're not going to think about it 3 years down the line. I mean, unless obviously it was a major game, you might beat yourself up about it. But I think that's normal. I think in any part of life where we think it really should matter, we beat ourselves up about that. But so do you think also thinking about it at night is your adrenaline as well, still like pumping around, and you know the brain is going
or just maybe thinking, oh, I should have done this sooner, or should have, you know, thinking about how you could have changed it. But I think the biggest thing for me is just then going out and practicing shooting, or if I've had a bad touch, then, you know, maybe doing just something to kind of have a little bit of repetition of doing it positively, so now you can kind of let that go, and you know you've worked on it, and you know you can do it, so next time you're not thinking about what you've missed, it's about the repetition of getting it right. And I think that's for me really how I've helped myself kind of get over, you know, maybe missing or having a bad game at different times. So
cool. Well, Max Mezzowave is here, isn't he?
Max.
He's been listening. Listen, Max, we haven't said anything bad about you. We've only been bigging up the song, haven't we? And,
all good vibes.
All good vibes. If you know, maybe if you want to jump on, Max, after I finish with Jess, you're more than welcome to for a few minutes to talk about the song. Quite happy to do that. But yeah, it's a good song. I enjoyed it. I played it on my show on BBC Radio as well, and it's always a pleasure to speak to someone like you, who I think young. I mean, you know, I still think I'm quite young, right? But you know, I'm not sort of. I don't think I can influence really young kids. I don't know, but you're a bit closer to their age, so you're a bit closer to my niece's age, who are like 15. Max is going to jump on. Excellent. Max. Well, all you have to do is when Jess comes off, you can just ask to be added to this conversation. There's 2 little faces. So do that in a minute when we have fun. Yes, don't do it now. But that's why, and everything for me is, you know, because when you grow up, you want to have role models, right? Especially as a woman, and especially, you know, with being a woman of colour as well, and all of those things. And that's not to make it heavy, but there are things that we cannot change about ourselves. You know, we are who we are. And so at the end of the day, I like to talk to people like you, who I feel can help bring a little bit of positivity, you know, to the girls. Hannah and Sophia, my nieces, my lovely nieces, and anyone really. This can apply to anyone, but that's a personal thing for me, you know. So thank you, Jess, for being that beacon of light, because I think you're awesome, girl.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely amazing. I've watched her play, so I know. I am talking from the angle of knowing. I may not know everything she's doing, because I am no footy player and I don't understand football.
Yes.
I'm saying it, but you know, it was a great experience at the Dripping Pan.
I'm glad.
Absolutely. The people, there were dogs, there were, you know, little kids pushing buggies. I was like, I've never been to a footy match before. I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
And that experience for me was like, I know it's not the same everywhere, obviously, but that was much nicer than being in a massive stadium with 10 gazillion people and, you know, just chat to. You've even got a band, haven't you?
I know. No, I know it is pretty special, and it does create such a vibe, and it feels like, you know, we've got a massive stadium, but, you know, it is nice to kind of have that atmosphere, and, you know, it's got a lot of character, and you know, it is a unique place to come, and I always wonder what the opposition thinks when they hear the band and you know, all the fans, and, you know, we've got people that make up the songs, you know, the vets team and everything, so it is pretty cool to feel so much support, really, and you can really feel it on game day, so it's always nice when we get to play at the Dripping Pan. Yeah,
and get that extra support.
Yeah.
I was there when you were playing the London Bees, and it was so funny. Like, people were like, what is going on? The band, like, and the drums. And I was like, I actually lost, and I told Karen this, I actually lost my voice that evening from screaming and shouting.
Oh, you were getting into it?
Yeah, oh, totally.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Like, lost in this game and screaming, and I didn't even really know what was going on some of the time. I was, what's happening?
Yeah, no, that's good.
An extra bit of commentary in the old ear, but anyway, it was really good. I loved it, and you know what I loved, and I'm going to finish with this because I think before we play the game, but what I really loved is all the players. You're all so gracious. And you're all so welcoming. I was so welcomed when I came down. And also, you stay and meet your fans afterwards. And when I saw how many kids were waiting for you guys just to talk to you, just to get an autograph, a photo, or whatever it was, that for me made me feel really proud. I was like, oh my God, you know, these women are really, you are role models. And I think it's really important that you hear that you are, because it's important, right?
Yeah, no, I think, you know, I think it does say a lot about the girls, you know, the fact that they spend so much time to kind of, you know, regardless of the result, to go over and chat to the girls, because, you know, they're the future, and I think, you know, we've made it specifically a specific point that we want to, you know, invest into the people that are supporting us, really. And I think, you know, I've seen it at quite a few women's teams, which is really nice to see, because obviously in the men's game, you don't get that at a game. But, you know, I think it's really something cool about women's football that, you know, I've seen quite a lot of teams that will go to the fans and, you know, and thank them for being there and try and connect with them in some way. So I do think it is important, and to kind of encourage the girls to keep playing and to keep dreaming, because, you know, if you've seen your favourite player, you know, playing, and they've come and you've got a photo with them, and it gives you such a buzz and excitement, and I think that's really special.
It's special, you know, they're going to go to their classroom and say, look, you know, Jess had a picture with me, she signed my, whatever it is, my, you know, programme or whatever it is. And that, to me, what's important is, Jess, is the fact that you guys take the time. It's a little bit of your time, and you're knackered after your game. You're all buzzing and everything. But, you know, you're knackered, but you all came and I was bowled over. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, these girls are just amazing. I was in awe. And also, you know, the other thing is, they're going to take that experience, and you'll be, you know, in 10 years' time, they'll say, oh, I remember when, you know, or if they come into football, they'll be like, I'm going to be Jess, or, you know, Rudy, or whoever it is that they support. I'm going to stand after this game and talk to my fans, because that experience changed me. It may be a life-defining moment, right? And it's a small moment, but I think those smaller things are the things that stay with you.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and I think it is important, especially to keep growing the women's game, and,
Yeah.
You know, I remember one time my mum happened to meet Rachel Yankee, and I was so happy. It was on this tiny little corner of a piece of paper, and I had it up on my bedroom door or wall, whatever, for like years.
Yeah.
You know, and so I felt what that feels like. And, you know, now to be able to do that for kids and for other girls and women, I think is really cool and exciting. And I think, you know, it is a responsibility to carry yourself in the right way in order to help other women and girls to kind of believe in themselves and to move forward.
Totally.
So,
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Karen's saying women footballers are the best. Had a few funny comments here. Amanny, next time you go to a match, let me know. That's from Miss Nibbles. Yeah. Oh, we've got a quick question. Yeah, make it a quickie, can, from Anthony. Go for it, Anthony.
Ready.
As he's typing away.
Yeah.
We're going to play. I'll quickly explain the rules of the game to you, Jess.
That's fine. Yeah.
We're going to play quid pro quo in a second. It's only going to last a few questions, right?
Okay.
The idea of the game is quick fire rounds. So don't think about the answer too long. Try and give it your first answer. It may not be quite correct, or it might not be the truth, or it might be whatever you feel comfortable with sharing. So we'll play this game in a minute, but let's see. Anthony's still tapping his question, is he? Still haven't seen his question come up. But anyway, shall we play this game now?
Yes, let's do it. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to just say they are random. There's quite a few. There's about 30 different things in here. So I don't know what's going to happen here, and we'll both get to answer them. So don't feel like... Quid pro quo with Jess King starting now.
Okay.
Oh, salmon or prawns?
Salmon.
Jess is already sitting. Prawns for me.
Okay, she knows me too well. She knows me.
She does. She clearly does. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite karaoke song?
Backstreet Boys. Everybody. I think.
Really? Mine's Lady Marmalade.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love that song.
That is a good one.
Such a tune. What do you think is your favourite feature? What do you love about yourself?
I think the bravery, maybe. Being brave to do things or to take a risk. I don't know.
Good answer.
Yeah.
I think mine is just seeing the good in everyone.
That's a good one.
Until I see the bad, and then watch out.
And then it's over.
I am deployment. I'm a Taurus. Watch out. We're very loyal on return. Okay, all right, one more. Who did you last call?
Probably my mum. Oh, no, you know what? It was Max.
Oh, was it? I was going to say.
Yeah, it was Max. Yeah, we talked this morning.
You did. Mine was my dad. Nice. Do you know what? I want to play one more. Let's do one more.
Go on.
This one might be really random. Sorry if it is. Oh, wardrobe malfunction. Have you ever had one?
You mean like when I've worn something atrocious?
Or, something's popped out by mistake or fallen off.
I don't think so. I just think I've had a few things where I look back and think, wow. And it wasn't that long ago either. Like when I was in uni. So
go on, tell me. Oh, okay. Tell me. You got to tell me. What was it you were wearing?
It was just like some stuff that I don't even know. I don't know if it was the fashion at the time, but I don't
was
even.
Was it bad? Was it like something cropped or?
No, I just don't think anything I was wearing went together.
Okay.
You know, it was. I actually remember it was a Christmas, probably in my first or second year of being in Canada.
Yeah.
And when I look back, I'm like, oh man, that is awful.
Mate.
Yeah.
I know.
What about you?
I once borrowed my mum's yellow shirt dress. I don't know what I was thinking. It was horrific. It was yellow, like bright yellow with black bits on it, and I was like, I look good. And I had pink lipstick on. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I was about 18 at the time. Yeah, pink frosty lipstick, hair up in a big boofy thing.
one of those things that, you know.
Yeah. But, you know, quid pro quo, my mini game. Thank you for playing that with me.
I like that one.
And, it's good fun, isn't it? It's nice to end on a positive note, right? We get to know each other a little bit.
Yes.
And, you know, it's all good. It's all good. But Jess King, striker at Lewes FC, thank you so much. It's been amazing talking to you. I'm hoping that people see you in a new light. Or people that didn't know about you, like Naomi, get to come down, watch you play some games at the Dripping Pan, or, you know. Be good. It's amazing. I can't recommend that experience enough, especially if, like me, you get to pop your football cherry where you get to watch a game for the first time. No, to watch a game, I mean, not in any other thing.
No, I understand.
I know. Listen, I know where your mind was going with that one.
I didn't say anything.
No, your laugh gave it away, though, Jess.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing to talk to you. You're an absolutely amazing person, and I think Thank you. What, we need more positive role models, especially for girls, and especially in football, because or any male-dominated environment. Sorry to all the men out there. I do love you. It's not that. It's just we need to get our message across, but without bashing them over the head, right? We need to do it in a good, more positive way, and I think that's what you're doing at Lewes FC, and that's inspiring. So thank you. I don't know if Max is going to jump on. I think his battery's running out, so we'll try. But all the best. Wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, talk soon.
Thank you for joining me on Coffee and Convo. That was Jess King. Problem. She's awesome. Say hi to your mum, Julie, as well.
Oh, I will. I will.
So take care for now.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on Coffee and Convo. It's been. I think we've got we've got a Lewes FC request to be on camera. No, Max, if you've got a chance to jump on now, you just press the 2 smiley faces that look like that if you've got battery. If not, don't worry. But I just would like to thank you all for joining in the convo today. It's me, Amanny Mo. I'm here tomorrow again, 1 o'clock, with a brilliant guest. Please don't miss her. Holly Barry was on The Voice a few years ago. She was on Team Will I Am, and she's joining me tomorrow at 1 o'clock for a convo and a coffee, I hope. It's been, have you? Hang on, Max is trying to join the conversation. Can't see you, Max, but let me give this a go. Go live with Max. Let's try that. I'm just inviting Max onto camera if he can. But yeah, it's been great. I'm back again tomorrow at 1, and then next week I'll be back Wednesdays only. So if you want to join me, hello, look, Max. Hey, Max Mezzowave is joining us live from his garden, I think.
I'm actually in the garden with Charlie and Karen. There's Karen, and there's
Charlie.
Hello! They're having this socially distanced lunch in their garden.
Oh, are you now? That sounds very nice. What did you have?
Leek and potato soup. Very delicious. Yes.
Sounds good. Bit too healthy. I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm about to make chicken soup. That was what I was going to do today because it's a bit grim outside. So I thought soup is a good in-between. It's quite hearty, fills you up. But listen, obviously we're just speaking to Jess. You were there to help her through all the dilemmas and the fears and the, she's got the voice, she's got the ideas, she had the song. What was your involvement in Raise Us Up?
Oh, it's fabulous. Well, Charlie, who obviously is running the club, or is the director,
Oh, we've lost you. We've lost Max for a second. Hopefully he'll be back any second now. But yeah, this is Max Mezzowave, who's helped Jess with the song. He is on the song. The song is like a drum and bass tune. It's really good. It's uplifting and it's got a great message as well. I think his battery may have gone, possibly. Him in a minute. Oh no, we've totally lost him. Yeah, do join me tomorrow if you can, please, because it's a conversation you don't want to miss. It will be fun, and yeah, join me on Karen's phone. Okay, hang on, let's just get him back. Karen, if you can hear me, add me. Yeah, just add me on. Just ask to be a part of the convo because I can't see you in the list. Ah, okay, gotcha. Here we go. Just getting Max back on the line. Max Mezzowave helped to write the song for Jess King, who we've just been speaking to. And we're trying to join Karen. There you are. Gotcha. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, so Max is going to join me now to talk about the song and how they put it together.
Back again. Here we go.
Yay, he's back in a room or back in a garden.
Yeah, I know it sounds Italian, but it's mezzo.
Mezzo. I've got to remember that.
No,
Mezzowave. Sorry, but listen, my name's Amanny, and everyone gets my name wrong, so it's always good to correct somebody. Thank you for that.
I'm not precious, though. It's fine. So
I'll just call you Max. You know, you just call me Amanny or whatever else you want to call me.
Where were we? Oh yeah.
So we were talking about the song. How did you? Yeah. How did you come up with? You know, how did you get involved with the song? How did you put it together?
So Jess, obviously, the word got to Charlie and said, "Do you know a producer?" And I worked with quite a bit of urban music before, and a couple of albums out. I worked with people from Artful Dodger and Angie Brown, dance music, all sorts of stuff like that, TV work. And I just thought it's such a great thing, you know, equality in sport. And I met Jess, I was really impressed. And like yourself, I'd never been to a football match. So it was the first time for me. And the thing was, when I was a kid, actually I was young, I was sort of about 19. I worked with a guy and he was a football hooligan. And I just was totally put off the idea of going to a football match at all, and the whole blokey thing about it, you know, just you know, all that sort of thing. And I just was never a fan. I used to play with my mates occasionally, but never went to a match. But
playing and going to a match is a different experience, right?
Yeah.
So, and like you say, that's such a positive experience. I don't know about you, Max, but that made me think, oh, why have I never done this before? Why have I never been?
Same for me. I felt exactly the same. It was great energy, just really lovely. It's very civilized, and what I've seen from other football, it's not so civilized. So you know, I don't know. I could be corrected on, you know, obviously go and see Lewes men play as well. I'll need to do that. I'll talk to Charlie about getting a ticket or something. But I absolutely, and then they approached me, and I just came up with some tracks that I thought would work. You know, I'm kind of good at tuning in. So if you said to me, I want to make a song and it's got this kind of vibe, I sort of let it sit with me for a while, and in a spiritual way, energetic way, and it comes. And I sort of did that with Jess, really. I turned up with 2 tracks and she liked one of them. And then I just developed it from there and thought, well, let's make it uplifting and add some drum and bass as well as hip hop to it.
I love the drum and bass, Max. I loved it. I was like, oh, yeah. It made me, honestly, because I used to love drum and bass back in the 90s, and I was like, oh, why have I not listened to all my albums from back? I've still got them, some of them on CD, you know. I mean, old school.
Inner City Live.
Forget about that. It's way too retro. But yeah, I used to love drum and bass, so it was actually quite refreshing to hear some drum and bass in a song. Like, I know you've supported Joan Armour Trading. Am I right in saying that? That
was quite a long time ago. I did a gig with a lady called Alison David, and we were doing again, it was a thing about women, equality, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was Carleen Anderson and Joan Armour.
Carleen, yeah, she's phenomenal. What a voice! Wow,
yeah, amazing, yeah,
But obviously the song was important to get the vibe right, because obviously, you know, you're appealing to quite a broad audience as well. You don't want to make it to one genre of music, or I think that balance was quite right there. And what was it like working with Jess? Because I know she was a little bit afraid of committing to singing and stuff, because it's hard. I think that's hard to put yourself out there if you're not a singer naturally or performer naturally.
I think I'm a bit of a mentor as well, so I sort of work with people who want to, I produce people and they come to me and they want a bit of coaching we felt very comfortable from the offset, really, which was great.
Yeah.
And it was just like, let's try this and try that. And also she felt very comfortable with me as well. So it just there was a good vibe there. And I think we've got another few tracks that we're working on as well. And it's so that, follow up. And
fantastic.
Yeah, so we've got a little bit of musical chemistry going on, which is great. And it's exciting. And, I'm excited for the message in this is so important. It really is. And any guy that doesn't understand that, really, it's just so important. So, and it's not just about football, is it? So,
No, of course not. It can be, you could apply the same, feelings of all, the frustrations in that song, but it's presented in a positive way. You could apply that to many different things in life, which is what I liked about the lyrics, it's not just about football. But, just so happens to be sung by someone who plays football and has played footy since they were a kid. And that makes there's a connection to a footy audience, which she already has, a following for. And then she's hopefully going to bring more people into, and it's a conversation, just like this program, get the convo started, and then it can only go on from there, right?
Fabulous. And I love your style of interview. I feel very home, good vibes,
Oh, thanks, Max. Thank you. No, I said your name wrong. I only did it at the last bit. I'm so sorry. But thank you. That's really kind of you to say so. Yeah, only good vibes here. We don't like any negative stuff. We talk about some hard-hitting things, but we like to bring a bit of positivity.
I just think Jess is amazing, and just she's got a real carrying a torch for, like you say, pass on to the next generation, and that's our job, We have to do that, especially in the world that we live in right now, and with everything going on, it's it's really important.
Totally. Well, maybe I'll see you down at the Dripping Pan at some point.
When we can all get back
finally.
When we can all hang out again.
Yay! I like the sound of that. I'm going to bring a whole mob with me. Not a good mob, though. Not a bad mob. A good tribe. We're all going to come down, and I think that's a good way forward. Just have a really good day out down at the Dripping Pan. I hope to see you there, Max. And thank you very much for just doing an impromptu joining in.
Thank you. Thanks to Karen for her phone as well. So I'll have that too after I've disinfected it.
Thanks, Karen. Take care. Stay safe. Bye for now.
Take care. Fantastic. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for carrying on to listen to the Convo with me, Amanny Mo. As I say, that was Max Mezzowave, who has helped Jess King write the song, has come up with the composition of the music and everything. Really nice guy. I hope you enjoyed it, and it was a bit impromptu, as we like to do. I don't like to put parameters on things. Hope to see you again tomorrow, 1 o'clock. I'll be here with Holly Barry. I mentioned earlier she's a mum as well, but she was on The Voice a few years ago on Team Will I Am. So I'll be chatting to her. She is a live wire. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss this. Have a good one, everyone. Stay safe. Bye for now.